Gospel and homily for the 31st or the 30th Sunday in Ordinary Time. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When the Pharisees heard that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, they got together, and to disconcert him, one of them put a question. "Master, which is the greatest commandment of the law?" Jesus said, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and the first commandment. The second resembles it. You must love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang the whole law and the prophets also." The Gospel of the Lord. There's a story told about a Jewish rabbi who was in prison. It was a rigid regime and he barely had enough food to survive. A bit like today, where over 1 million people, including babies, are at risk of running out of food and water while the world looks on. Back to the Jewish rabbi again. Being very orthodox, he stuck to the letter of the law in everything. Each day, when he got his meagre fare of food and drink, he went through all the ritual of washing before eating, using up most of the daily allowance of water in the process. Luckily for him, he got out of prison in time. Another short while, and he would have died of thirst, all of his own making. We know the Pharisees, and to a lesser extent the Sadducees, were sticklers for the letter of the law, which according to Jesus meant they had their priorities upside down. Today, they put Jesus on the spot. For Jesus, the law of love takes precedence over love of the law. It should be the same for us, especially in reference to the 10 Commandments. Here are a few of them. The third commandment said that we must keep holy the Lord's Day. Attending Mass, as you all know, is part and parcel of being a Catholic Christian, but does our participation in the Mass inspire us to live more selfless lives after the example of Jesus, who laid down his life for us, the very thing which we celebrate in the Mass? Again, I can outwardly fulfill the 6th commandment by not being unfaithful to my spouse. But marriage is more than peaceful coexistence. When a couple celebrates the sacrament of marriage, they are stating that their love for each other is based on Christ's love for his bride, the church. In Christian marriage, the husband and wife make promises to lay down their lives for each other before the altar. Likewise, the priest, by foregoing marriage, promises to lay down his life for his people. I could keep the 7th commandment by never having stolen, which fulfills the letter of the law. But there is more to it than that, like giving without counting the cost. In the scale of 1 to 10, how many points would I award myself in the field of generosity? Would it be 2? Would it be 5? Would it be 8? Would it be 10 out of 10? Remember the Lord's own words. The amount you measure out is the amount you're going to be given back. Coming to the 5th commandment, I know I have never ended anyone's life, but have I added to the quality of their lives or just put up with them? When Jesus came across marginalized or ostracized people in his day, he didn't just leave them in the lurch, but went out of his way to satisfy their needs and reinstate their innate dignity as human beings. Have we a few examples of this? Yes. Take, for instance, Mary Magdalene, Zacchaeus, the Samaritan woman, the 10 lepers, the man born blind, and many more. Jesus wanted to reinstate their dignity not just as children of God, but also as human beings. The head of the United Nations said the other day, has the world lost its humanity? A good question we could all ask. So, loving my neighbour means more than refraining from doing them any harm, but being there when they need me the most. And when the going gets tough, reassuring them that no problem, howsoever large, is insurmountable. If I just stick to the letter of the law, my love of neighbour, when weighed in the balance, will be found wanting. In following the spirit of the law, particularly the Ten Commandments, I have proved my worth as a genuine Christian and be an inspiration for others to follow suit. Now, thank you all for listening, and God bless you all.